My son's biological mother wants to come into his life 10 years later. My 32F husband, 34M, and I have been married for 10 years and have raised 3 wonderful children together. Oldest 10M, middle 6F and youngest 4F. I love all 3 of my children very much, but have a special bond with my oldest. The thing is, my oldest is not biologically mine. When husband and I got together I was 21 and he was 23. 3 months into our relationship, a one-night stand he had before we got together reached out to let him know she was pregnant with his baby and wanted to give it up for adoption. Husband grew up in the foster system and therefore refused to give his child up. Husband planned to be a single father unless I wanted to stick around, which I did. When my son was born, biomom gave up all parental rights and asked for son to never know she existed. We had gotten hitched right before the birth to make my legal parental claim easier to attain. We had an agreement, the 3 of us. From day one I was there for all the diaper changing, bottle feeding, late night soothing, etc. He has been my son since his first breath. Recently biomom reached out to husband and I, asking to meet our son. She had been scrolling through our social media accounts and noticed pictures of my son. I guess you can say her maternal instinct kicked in after seeing son's face. I can't help but feel upset that biomom is all of a sudden interested in my son. She made her decision 10 years ago and all of this would cause so much confusion for my son and his sisters. Side notes. 1. Husband and I were friends in high school and reconnected after. 2. Biomom was 33 when she had my son. 3. We planned to let our son know the truth if he ever asked. Ignorance is bliss, right? 4. My parents and family also have no idea. We fell out of touch after I turned 18 and have no contact with them. Should I let her re-enter his life? And if so, should she tell him who she really is or should we treat her more as an aunt? Too long did not read. My oldest son is not biologically mine and 10 years after giving up her parental rights, biomom wants to meet him. Should I let her? As for your third point, absolutely not. Tell him the truth. It'll only be worse when he finds out the lies later, especially if it's from another source. You need to tell your son he isn't your biological child. It is proven to be more damaging the longer you wait. He should have been told years ago. Tell your son and see how he's handling the news. Take it from there about allowing contact with her. She is likely to reach out to him eventually, and as he gets older you and your husband have less control over this. ETA. 10 is not too young. Adoption. Agencies say not to wait past age 5, so you are well overdue. There are posts on this sub probably weekly about parents whose kid found out about their biological parents. Or from adult children who found out they're not biologically related to a parent. That kind of betrayal could be irreversible and could damage the relationship with your son forever if he finds out later in life and if he finds out some other way other than from you, your husband. He deserves the truth about his biology. Beyond asking here, you done any research about how to handle this type of situation? This is a fork in the road many parents have had to face. Get some input from a therapist? 3. We plan to let our son know the truth if he ever asked. Ignorance is bliss, right? Yikes. Ignorance is ignorance, not bliss. And when this 10-year-old finds out, don't be surprised if he's mad about the lies. I found out when I was 14 from an outside source and it was devastating and I never trusted my adoptive parents again. Why would they lied about such a fundamental thing? You are out of time. Any minute biomom could tell your kid. Better it from you. Now. Today. 37 male, found texts proving my wife, 38 female, cheated. Burner account. I've been noticing my wife acting strangely and always talking about a guy at work who rents out office space in her building. I've met him a few times and he seemed nice enough. He's married and has 3 kids, just like us. The more my wife would talk about him, the more I sensed that he was trying to advance their relationship. I told my wife my concerns, repeatedly, but she always brushed me off, saying I was being paranoid. Last night, she came home late from work, which is unlike her. When she fell asleep, I let my curiosity get the better of me and I looked through her texts. I found that they had just fooled around and were basically sexting while she was on the couch next to me. I was livid and woke her up before I could read more. She said they kissed the night before and that they only did oral that night. She begged for forgiveness and told me she would be open and honest. When I said I wanted to read the rest of the texts, she deleted them and blamed it on her panicking. I'm at a loss. Do I believe this was a one-time thing with this guy? Why would she say she'd be open and honest, yet delete evidence as fast as she could? This will probably not be a one-time thing. I'd also bet this wasn't the first time. You need to figure out what you want to do. I'd also absolutely tell dude's wife. Let's take your wife at her word for a moment. Say it was only one physical encounter, which involved kissing and oral sex. I am going to assume that you have snogged someone and had oral sex before. It isn't something that happens in an instant. It's not like stepping on someone's toe, or throwing a ball. It takes time. It takes a series of decisions. How do you feel about the fact that your wife decided to flirt? Decided to hang back with this man? Decided to kiss him? Decided to go to a secluded location? Decided to have sex with him? That's a lot of choices made in sequence. She is lying. Get a divorce. Don't stay with someone who cheated on you. I would also tell the wife of the person your wife is having sex with what is going on. Oh, only oral, the Bill Clinton excuse. That's no sex, it's just oral. I can't believe she tried to make it look as less than intercourse cheating. I'm sorry, pal. Your marriage as you knew it is over. In your place I'd part ways. My advice. Try get in touch with the wife. Tell her what you know. Tell her that she needs to get evidence through her husband's side of the affair before confronting him, and send that to you. Good luck, dude. And prepare for a divorce. Don't trust your wife anymore, she's not worth it, especially for the kids. You really should have saved those text messages. You know that now. Do not confront without hard evidence. Now that she knows, she will get better at hiding her affair. You do need to contact the other guy's wife and tell her what they are doing. You also need to expose her affair to friends and family, and depending on the age of your kids, tell them your wife did something very bad. You need to have 100% access to her phone and computer. At the same time, contact an attorney about the impact, financially and emotionally, of a divorce in your area. You do not have to follow through but get educated. Good luck. Girlfriend makes me force onto her frequently. My girlfriend and I are in a 4-month relationship now. We're both 18, but that all shouldn't be relevant to what I'm about to talk about. So basically, whenever we have any sexual intimacy, she somewhat makes me force onto her. What I mean by force is that she makes it seem like she doesn't want to kiss me by moving her head away, but then she tells me after that she wants me to force myself onto her to be able to kiss her. This is somewhat similar in sex, although less frequent. She tells me to stop touching her, but then tells me when she says, stop, she means that I should do it more. Is this some sort of weird fetish? I need help to understand this sort of behavior. Thanks for reading. Safe word. If she likes this, and you're okay with it in principle, then establish a safe word so you know when she is acting like she wants you to stop, and when she means it. She's getting you both into an unsafe situation frequently. A CNC kink is one thing, but proper boundaries plus a safe word needs to be established if you even wanted to agree to that. Otherwise it's probably a goodbye, since she's already forcing her kink onto you. Yeah, got it. Thank you. We'll have to talk about it to her next time we're together. Thank you for the message. Yeah, we'll definitely have a talk about it. Yes, this is a fetish. A very dangerous one though. She is going about it all wrong and you are the one now in danger. You both need to have a very, very long talk and do some research. Until then, this nonsense needs to stop right now, or you need to leave her. You need to stop doing this first then second research, CNC kink, and learn a lot about it before moving forward. There needs to be a lot of good open communication guidelines and boundaries agreed upon, as long as a safe word and many other aspects. To move forward without knowing what you're doing could lead to many different disasters, including rape charges or someone hurt. Stop and research and clearly talk everything out so everyone is very much on the same page, or just stop altogether. My boyfriend is making me choose between him or my vaping habits. Me, 18, and my boyfriend, 19, having been dating a year or so. Before we started dating I used to smoke cigarettes, however he told me if I smoked I wouldn't had a chance of dating him, so I gave up smoking and instead I started vaping. He's complained about my vaping habits for some time now, and now he's brung up the conversation of if I don't quit vaping, he'll break up with me. I love my boyfriend with all my heart, however I can't give up vaping completely and I honestly don't know what to do. Imagine a drug having so much control over you, you choose that instead of companionship. Get your mind right. Quit vaping. It's causing you and your life harm. Take your own control back. I moved from smoking to camping after 15 years addicted, started at 13 like a dipshit, and moved to vaping. I met a wonderful woman who started staying over on occasion and she developed a cough while in my presence, so I tried only vaping in another room. Figured out that she was getting sick from the vapor, and I quit that day. We now have a wonderful daughter. That woman is now my wife, and I save so much money not buying nicotine. I only say all that to point out, I understand where you're at. I implore you to listen to him, even if he doesn't stick around. Your health and wallet will appreciate this change. Good luck. I mean, I'm on his side with this one. But the choice is yours. Vape and don't be with him. Or quit and be with him. You don't need to smoke something. I promise it's okay. Your options seem pretty clear. Vape, BF, or deceive BF. What are you looking for? Internet people to inform you that vaping is bad? That your boyfriend is being too controlling? He doesn't seem to be, but there's barely any context here. You're 18. You shouldn't be addicted to crap like that. Stop vaping. Have you not seen all these people in the hospital because of how it fucked up their lungs? So it's clear he was less bothered by the smell than he was the health hazards. Smoking kills. You really should quit regardless of your relationship. There's zero benefit to it.